Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into another tier list ranking video for the 2025 bull run. Guys, make sure you like the video down below. This is going to be a longer one. It is my ultimate spreadsheet, my ultimate list that I did reveal a few days ago, around 30 total coins. I'm going to be ranking them now in terms of how well I think they'll do based on a 500x, 100x, 50x, 30x, 20x, 10x, and so on. So we will begin with Pepe coin. This is the OG Pepe, the lower Pepe in terms of market cap, the one that was created all the way back in 2016 and was recently revived. And this coin recently, even the past 7 days, has seen a significant increase, going from around 33 million market cap all the way to 55 million market cap. It does have an all-time high of around, I believe, 750 million in terms of market cap. And so right now it is at around 55 million. I think this coin's going to do very well. I like the narrative, the whole idea of this being the OG Pepe. If the one that was released in 2023 ends up hitting around 20 or 30 billion dollars, maybe even more, it might go to 50 or 60 billion dollars. You're talking about this coin possibly going to multi-billions because of its recent pump. I would say probably hold off on the idea of it doing at 100x, but I still like a potential 50x for this coin. It possibly could still do better than that, but the fact that it's already at 55 million in terms of market cap, it would be hard to really see that. Next, we do have SPX 2.0. So you're going to see both SPX and the 2.0 and the based all on this list for me to rank. The 2.0 variant has a very interesting backstory, with one of the founders being pushed out of the project, the project being the one that's at 1.6 billion, that's at all-time high right now. And so he launched this coin. This coin sitting at around $1.4 million over the past 3 months. It has seen two different pumps, but it has pumped up around looks like around 8 or 9x just recently. It does have an all-time high of 8 or 9 million. I think this coin is going to be a great variant play within the stock to me meta, and also with the backstory. The background on this coin is very intriguing when you look at the articles that were written by the dev that created this coin. It's very intriguing, and you could see the narrative play out very well. This one, I'm going to say right now, probably around a 50x, but I do own this one, and so I would love to see it do a 500x, and honestly, it does have the potential to do a 500x, but right now I would say around a 50x to 100x, just because does it fully take? Does it make it to 100 million? I think it does, but that's where I'm going to say in terms of that one. Next, we've got Dork Lord as our next coin, or Dorky. So this is part of the Pepe ecosystem. It is a branch off variant artwork. The coin has been extremely linear. This coin sitting around 1.8 million. This is the past 3 months. And so, listen, if you want to enter this coin, probably a decent time to do so, based off of the fact that it really hasn't moved off of the current market cap, at least the past few months. You could say, well, that's a bad thing because Ethereum has seen an infusion of money. But I do think this coin, being one of the variants, will do very well in terms of just the artwork behind it. And there is definitely a community. It's also got kind of the unique overall circulating supply, with the max supply being 69,420,000. And so for this one, I am going to say another one that has a ton of potential. Right now, I'll throw it in the 50x tier. Based on its market cap, it could do a 500x, but I'll say 50x. Next, we do have Buttcoin, which I believe the name of this coin is the next Bitcoin, but on here it might not be that. It might just be Buttcoin. So yeah, here it is. Buttcoin sitting, it's up around 10%. Now it's gone over the 3 million market cap threshold. This coin is on Solana, not Ethereum. A lot of these coins are going to be on Ethereum, not this one. I like mostly Ethereum coins outside of a few. I think this coin is going to be a major bait. Well, you don't want to say a beta to Bitcoin, but there is a narrative behind the whole Buttcoin thing. There's a very famous subreddit that is just seething haters of Bitcoin. The title of it is Buttcoin, and they just get so angry whenever Bitcoin does well. And we really don't have a true Bitcoin meme in the sense of one directly related to it. So this is like the Buttcoin variation of Bitcoin, and it's one of those Solana funny ones. And this is a coin that did see a run to about 27 million. It's around 3 million, so it'd have to do around a 9x to get back up to it. And I think this one could go to hundreds of millions. I mean, look at what Fartcoin did. This could be another one similar to Fartcoin in terms of just the degen-ness of it, the fact that it's on Solana. It could pump really high. So that's the reason why I like this coin a lot. I would say 100x. I mean, obviously none of this is financial advice. It's very hard to say. 100x would be around $300 million. I mean, the narrative would have to take, obviously. The narrative would have to take, but we're going to go with that. The next coin we have is Gas Pass. So this is artwork. I believe this is a cat. I just love the artwork of it. It looks really, really nice. It's up 15%. See, the thing is with coins like this that just get launched, this is a normal pattern you'll see. You'll see them boom, and then you'll see them tank. So this coin made it all the way to 14, 15 million. Now it's under 2 million. Last 7 days, maybe it found a bottom around 1.4, 1.5 million. I think this coin is going to do very well. I believe this is Matt Fury artwork. And so this, I just like the look of this, honestly. And I know that this coin has a significant team behind it, and it's under 2 million. And so I think the coin's going to do very, very well. I'm going to say a 50x right now. Next, you do have the Y2K with the ticker. Let me move this over. With the ticker .com. So this is just based off of the internet lore, everything like that. 37%. Wow. Is that like a 3-month high for this coin? No, it's not. But it's certainly a crazy wick here. If you're looking to get into this coin, maybe wait for a pullback, but it's up around 4 million in terms of market cap. It's done almost a 2x within the past seeming around 4 days. This is the Y2K golden ticker with the oh, so the ticker is Y2K. I always get it confused. Is the name of the coin Y2K? No, the name of the coin is .com. The ticker is Y2K. So a pretty fun play on words there. Very similar price history to the Buckcoin coin with an all-time high of around 26 or 27 million, and now the market cap at around 4 million. I think this coin's going to do very well. The culture is there for it, and so I don't own this coin, but I do think it will do. I'm going to say, the thing is, with these lower caps, I'm going to say probably around a 50x. You could argue maybe 100x, but it's tough to say in terms of that one. Next, we do have the unofficial, I'll say, Matt Fury coin. So you see all those coins, like all these different, the artworks by Matt Fury. Well, this is the actual Matt Fury coin, and this coin is pumping as well. So a lot of these coins I'm catching today are pumping. This one's up 22%. A lot of bot trading involved in this one. You'll get that with Ethereum coins under 1 million in terms of market cap. This coin at around 380K. I just think there's a narrative here. I mean, Matt Fury is so huge when it comes to his artwork being utilized as meme coins. And so for this to be the unofficial Fury coin, I just think it's going to do well. Now it's at 380K, so that you could say 100x, and it wouldn't be too hard because that's not even 50 million at that point. But I'm going to say for this one, I'll probably keep it at the back end of 50x in terms of that one. Next, we have 420.69K. This is the branch off of the 401k stock to meme narrative plays. This coin is pumping. This is a high, and I've been watching this coin. This coin is on Solana, but you take a look at the past 3 months. I believe it's at a 3-month high. It is. And so there is a lot that's gone into shilling on this coin recently. There is a small team that does shill on X, and I understand there are a lot of narratives surrounding the whole retirement tokens, retirement coins, which is going to be the one. This one is intriguing because it fits specifically in the stock to meme narrative with the ticker 420.69K. And so if it can market itself as that, and you look at NASDAQ 420, and you look at VIX 777, SPX 6900, it markets itself as the 401k variant of the stock to meme meta, the investment meta, the trade-fied meta. It's an interesting play. So it's at 124k right now. It was really in just a crazy accumulation or just nothing for, I would say, 2 or 3 months at around 40k to 50k. Now it's at basically done a 2.5x since then. And this coin is very, very interesting. This coin could easily do a 500x. It's hard, though, to predict a coin like this just because it's so random. Like, will the narrative catch? Will it not catch? I'm going to say for now around a 50x in terms of that one. I know I'm putting pretty much all of them at a 50x. It's hard because I like all of these coins, but I don't want to be overzealous with the, I mean, I could probably say the 2.0 could probably 100x pretty easily. I would say that. I could also see this 100x, but we want to make sure the team is there and because it is a very small community, and so they need to keep it growing. Next, we do have the based Chad coin. So this is on, I would say this is the main Chad meme, and it's on base. So it just kind of makes sense in terms of that. This one is also pumping. So a lot of these coins are pumping because Ethereum went up yesterday. This one up 32%. So it's at around $2.3 million right now. It does have an all-time high at least since coming onto CoinGecko, of around 17 million. I do think this coin will do well. I like the narrative surrounding it. I don't own it. A lot of these coins I don't own. I would say 30 to a 50x, probably around a 50x to a 70x, something like that. Next, you've got Book of Ethereum. Really, really interesting lore with Book of Ethereum. And there's all these other coins too, like Book of Meme. But this one, there's some really interesting stuff. You take a look at this, the price history. This coin reached around 69.70 cents. It's sitting at 23 cents, sitting at a market cap of around $23 million. There's a lot of interesting utility involving NFTs with this coin, with the founders of Ethereum being related, following this coin on X. Really interesting stuff. Very nice community. And the coin's sitting at around 23 million right now, which you would say, because the market cap is 23 million, probably less of a chance 200x, but I still think this coin could potentially go over $1 billion. If it does, it has 50x, 30 to 50x potential, I would say, in terms of that one. Next, we have SPX 2.0, or excuse me, not 2.0, the original SPX. And yeah, so this is an all-time high for this coin, $1.87. New all-time high, sitting at around 1.7 billion in terms of market cap. And listen, I talked about it yesterday. I think it possibly could go to around 50 billion, which is less than a 50x. I mean, it's just hard because the coin is already so high in market cap. I'm going to say right now for SPX a 30x, but I still think it's going to do extremely well. And I want it to do very, very well because it's going to help the stock to meme coins. Now we have the based SPX. This one I know is pumping a lot today. The based SPX, you can see based Fartcoin, based Pepe. It's actually not even showing up just because it's lower in terms of market cap. This one up 30% within the last 24 hours. This coin within the last month has been trending downward up until recently, a nice little wick. But yeah, this coin sitting at 525K. Does have an all-time high. Well, it entered CoinGecko late, but it does have an all-time high of around $2.5 million. This is one that I do own. I do like the play. If you look at based Fartcoin, you look at based Pepe, we all know SPX is going to do extremely, extremely well. People are going to look for the based variant of it, and I think it will do very well. Imagine just 25 million is a 50x. 50 million is 100x for this coin. I do think it will do very, very well, and I'm going to say 100x for that one. Next, you have the Pepe Clown, I believe is what it's called. Another one that's pumping significantly today, up around 24%. You take a look at this coin in terms of market cap, it does have a high of around 9 million. This is another Pepe variant. It's been out for, I believe at this point, over a year. It's sitting at 1.6 million. You can see its pump of around a 3x from around 500K to 1.6 million. Very, very impressive for this coin. With the ticker HONK, I do think it will do very well based out of kind of the 4chan lore ecosystem. And so for this one, I would say anywhere from a 50 to 100x in terms of that. Next, we do have Wojak. So Wojak, I would imagine, is also, pumping today, up 13%. I picked a bad day to do this because, all these coins are going to go down tomorrow and then I'll look dumb. But this coin is up 13%, sitting at around 33 million in terms of market cap. This coin has an all-time high of 125 million. Unbelievable lore. It's Wojak. It's the internet meme. I've always thought this should be a multi-billion-dollar coin. 33 million, 34 million. I think it's a steal, even though you could say, well, probably not going to 100x because its market cap is already too high. If you're asking for 100x, you're asking for multi-billions, but I still think it could do, right now, I'll say an upper end of a 30x to a 50x. Next, you do have US Degen Index, DXY. You got to be careful with your entries on these coins because all of them are pumping. This coin up 24%, although it did have a recent retracement, because I remember it being around 2.3 million earlier today. It retraced. Somebody took some profits, but certainly I'm not going to be taking the profits. I'm going to hold this coin for a while. That's really how you make money in memes. You hold them. You need to hold them for many, many months. That's how you make money. You don't make money trading meme coins. And so this coin is sitting at around about 1.8 million. This coin has just been unbelievable the past 3 months. It continues to set new highs, at least local highs, going from about 140K to almost 2 million. So it's almost done a 20x in the span of 3 months. And their idea is to flip the dollar. It's got the golden ticker, the DXY ticker, which is the same as the dollar ticker in real life, the US dollar. And so I think this coin, with the team, small team, right now it's still growing. They still are trying to get the movement off the ground. We understand that. But I still like this coin to do at least a 50x in terms of that. Next, we do have NASDAQ 420. So NASDAQ has pumped recently. Right now it's sitting at around 7.8 million. So yeah, it's recouped a little bit. And it's ready for its next leg up, it looks like. I love NASDAQ 420. I think NASDAQ 420 can be $1 billion meme coin based off the fact that it's the true beta to SPX 6900. You think of S&P 500, you think of NASDAQ 100. This coin with the artwork, with the team, this is top of the line, especially for Ethereum with how crazy high these Ethereum coins can go. I think this coin's going to do very, very well. So for this coin, I would say 100x. And honestly, if it was back around $1.4, $1.5 million market cap, I would say maybe a 500x, but I'll say 100x in terms of that. Next, we do have 4chan. So this is like the all-encompassing coin within 4chan, within the ecosystem. Right now it's sitting at $1.9 million. This coin did come out all the way back. If you take a look at its market cap, all the way back in 2023. Similar release time to MOG. Similar release time to SPX. The coin reached around 27, 28 million as a high back in 2023. It has been in a crazy accumulation. You could argue this is a very bearish chart. I think this coin will break out significantly. It has the history. They've got like around 20% of the supply blacklisted wallets just frozen. So to me, this coin is going to do very, very well. I like the narrative of it being the all-encompassing 4chan meme. There's all these other 4chan coins that have gone to hundreds of millions and billions of dollars. What about the official 4chan coin? So I've always liked this one, and I'm going to say anywhere from 50 to 100x, although you could be talking about 100x, maybe a 500x for that coin. It could go to $1 billion. Not financial advice. Next, you have the strategic Bitcoin reserve. So this one is a narrative play. This coin has been doing very, very badly. There's no doubt about it recently. It's a narrative play based off of the Trump administration possibly utilizing the strategic Bitcoin reserve, which they've said they're kind of going to do. It's mainly based around the amount that they've taken from people and in terms of how much the government has. They're not really doing an investment into Bitcoin, at least not right now. They just have capitalized on seizing other people's Bitcoins during raids and criminal activity. And so that's the Bitcoin that the government has right now. If they actually start buying Bitcoin, and this narrative could come back. But there is a problem with this coin. Because if you look at this, and this coin made it to around, if you look at the market cap, 81, 82 million, and it's under $1 million, that fall to me, you're almost at the point to where it invalidates it. Like, the coin has just no traction. So, and I like the logo, I like the branding of this, I think it's sweet. But I'm just wondering, is this narrative over? Right? That's the kind of thing I'm grappling with when it comes to a coin like this, because you could say, well, 700K to 80 million, that's an amazing, it just has to get back to its high. But is it really going to go back to its high, or was this a narrative play and the narrative's now over? So to me, that's the problem with this coin. Even though I love the branding of it, I would probably say only around a 20x right now. Next, you have Chudjack, which is like a branch off of Wojak. This is the Nothing Ever Happened. So there's one on... Wait, this is the one on Ethereum? Guys, this is an interesting play to look at. So this is the one on Ethereum. Now listen, this coin probably has to be CTO'd. It probably doesn't have a team. This coin's sitting at $39,000. And it looks like it's been in a pretty long accumulation. Look, I'm not saying the coin... It's not financial advice. That's a very low market cap. It's interesting. I've just seen coins that are really low in market cap do very well. This is the one on Solana. So the one on Solana is at 4.7 million. And... It had a high of around 25. All these Solana coins are very similar in terms of their price history that I look at. So 28 million high, it's sitting around 4, almost 5 million right now. Yeah, I think this coin's going to go over 100 million, so that'd be at least a 25x. And I would probably say for this coin, anywhere from a 25 to a 50x. We'll say it's a 50x. Next, we have Kekistan. Very, very fun coin. Kind of fits along the narrative of, LOL in the 4chan language with the golden ticker Kek. And the Republic of Kekistan, all of the lore in terms of that. I was going to buy this coin when it was around 500K. I didn't pull the trigger. Could have probably bought 1%, 2% of the supply. Oh, I would be in an amazing spot right now. I'd be holding for long term too. I think this coin's going to probably go over 100 million. It's right now already done like a 10x since then, so I'm probably not going to buy it. It's not a big deal. You miss some of them. 5.7 million is its current market cap. It had a previous high of around 11 or 12 million. I think it's going to boom past that. This will be one of the top 4chan memes of the cycle. And so I'll say it does a 50x. Next, we've got Biao Cheng, which is the #1 overall meme. You can see there's two different ones. Let me tell you the history. This was the real initial Ethereum meme. The original dev bought up all these billboards, everything. It pumped to around 50 million. You can see it sitting at around 300K now. It's retraced fully. You have this other one on Solana, which is higher in terms of market cap, that was released later. This Ethereum one is interesting. This is the #1 biggest meme in the East, in Asia. And so, I mean, this is a tough chart, but listen, this is interesting because you look at this and it did pump to around 50 million, and they've obviously abandoned the project. But I mean, it was down under 100K. Now it's been revived a little bit. You take a look at its last 3 months. The price history of it is a lot better. And there's a ton of bot trading going on this coin. So sitting around 300K, imagine if somebody CTO, I mean, this is, because think about the Chinese Pepe. The Chinese Pepe is probably going to do maybe hundreds of millions. What is it, Pepe? So think this is the actual meme of China. This is like the real Chinese Pepe. So why would this coin not, and this is the Ethereum Big Daddy one. It was before the Solana one. I had this coin and I sold it. I lost a lot of money on this coin. And let me give everyone an example of what you should never do. You look at this coin, you look at its release. You cannot buy coins when they release. You just can't do it. You're going to get destroyed. It is not worth it. For every coin you hit, you're going to miss 100. This is what most of the charts look like. This coin ran to $50 million. In the span of 2 months, it was at $1 million. Your money is evaporated. And you're buying on the way down. You're buying on the way down. It's just, now is when you could buy it, when it's at 300K after it's been out for a year. But I'm just telling people, you never want to buy coins when they release. It's not worth it. I like Biaocheng. If it gets CTO'd properly, maybe 100x. The next coin you've got is Hoppy. So this is an Ethereum coin. This one is like a mid-cap coin. I would call it around 10 million, I believe. Yeah, this coin is sitting, now it's pumped. It's at around 11.5 million. What was its high? Around 125, 126 million. Yeah, this coin probably, you're looking at 250, 300 million, I would say, for this coin. I would say around a 30 to a 50x, something like that. The next one, you've got Book of Bitcoin with the ticker Boob. An interesting play. It's kind of like a branch off of the idea of Book of Ethereum. It would be a beta play to it, sitting at 139K. I believe in the last 7 days, it was trending at around, what would that be, around 260K. So it's retraced, basically been cut in half from its recent local high of 260K down to 139. So maybe not a bad entry. There is a very small team with this project, but it's just one of those to where if Book of Ethereum goes to like 2 billion, I mean, this coin is certainly not going to pass Book of Ethereum with all the lore involved with it. But this coin being Book of Bitcoin, it could be an interesting beta. I'll say for now a 30x. Next, you have Troll. So there's another situation to where we're bickering between both of the chains. You've got the Troll on Solana with the laser eyes, and then the actual Troll coin. So the Troll coin on Ethereum was before the Solana one. The Solana one came out after it. The Solana one is trading at 15 million. The Ethereum one is trading at 4 million. When you look at the Ethereum one and you look at its high, I mean, it does have a pretty impressive high market. I think its high market cap probably would have been around $80 million. And so now it's sitting at 4 million. This is the official Troll. This coin on Ethereum should do better than the Solana one. But honestly, I'm not sure it will, but I'm just saying in general, you would think that. I'm going to say it does a 50x just because it's hard to say for sure. From 4 million, I mean, I could see it go to 400 million. I think it's $1 billion coin just because the Troll meme is so legendary, but I just, it's been undercut by the Solana one. So that's the problem. Next, we have Mog coin. So certainly very similar to SPX in terms of just, this coin is reaching another local high of around $700 million. I think this coin is a multi-billion-dollar coin, obviously, possibly 15 to 20 billion, maybe around a 30x in terms of its potential. So I would say back end of 30x, 20x to 30x. Next, you've got Hope, or the history of Pepe. Kind of fits along the line of the idea of the Book of Ethereum, the Book of Coins. It was created, I think, by the devs of Book of Ethereum. And so for this coin, the past 7 days, it has done, let's see, it's gone up by about around 10%, 10 to 20%. So sitting at around 1.2 million. What's its high? Its high is probably around 6 million. Yeah, it's interesting. These Pepe variants tend to do very, very well. This is one it wouldn't shock me if it went to 100 million, so that'd be around 100x. But for now, I'll say a 50x for that one. Next, you have VIX777. This coin is pumping like crazy. So this is a coin I do not own. It's a rare, it's a rare stock to meme coin I don't own. Coin is pumping. In terms of an entry, I'd be very careful on this coin because you're entering at a, the coin is pumped 200% in 7 days. So be careful. It's at 800K. It has a high of around 2.3 million. This coin is very interesting. If you look at this coin on CoinGecko, you'll say, well, it got added in October. This coin has been out for 2.5 years, which is very rare for these stock to meme coins. Many of them were just recently created within the last 8 or 9 months. This coin was created right around the same time as SPX. So it's interesting. And it is the volatility index of the S&P. So, and listen, I don't own it, but I think the coin's still going to do very well. And the final one, you've got Grok, which is I would say this is the official Grok on any chain. It's the one on Ethereum. Man, they changed its logo. See, the thing is I'm not a big fan of when you change the logos. I don't think it's bad for marketing. You don't want to change the logo. You do not want to do that. But they've changed the logo. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter too much. This coin reached around 150 million. Now it's sitting at 15 million. I think Grok, this is the Elon Musk, the narrative. We know Dog on Mars reached 1.1 billion. This is his official language model. Well, it's not the official coin. It's the official, the unofficial meme coin. But I think it's going to be $1 billion coin. I would say right now, 20 to a 30, maybe a 30x. The thing is, for me to predict the 500x, it's happenstance. Really, any of these coins outside of the ones that are already in the 20 or 30 million dollar market cap range could do 500x's potentially. It's not impossible for any coin right now that's under $15 million or $10 million could do a 500x. It wouldn't be all that surprising, right? But it's hard to predict it because, and the reason I'm so bullish on a lot of these is because I picked this was it, these coins were handpicked by me, coins that I like or I'm intrigued with. One of those two, just in terms of their narratives. So that's going to do it for this list, guys. Make sure you like the video down below.